What's up, everyone? I hope everyone's doing having themselves a good day. Happy Wednesday. So in this episode, I'm basically going to be talking about social media and the big debate around whether or not we should use the government to censor it or fix the problem somehow. I'll get to all of it. My name is Sean Clinton, and this is the God and Freedom Show, Daily Edition. Alrighty, so let's just jump right into the topic. So, if you've been on social media for a while, you'll notice this probably, especially in the on Twitter or something like that. There's this big debate going around about the problems with social media, especially to how they're treating conservative platforms or conservative sites and everything. So, especially Twitter. Twitter is notorious for blocking a lot of conservatives or right wing sites for really no apparent reasons at all, just for really being conservative. And that's really because Twitter is really controlled by the left pretty much at this point. So it makes sense. Jack Dorsey himself is the leftist, and the same thing with Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg is leftist as well. So it's just all sorts of chaos. All sorts, and especially in the past few years, this when social media has really been cracking down on the conservative sites and shadow banning some pages or just outright banning them. YouTube is doing the same thing, trying to limit how many views a certain video gets or something like that. It's all a big giant mess. And it really needs to be fixed. Now, here's where we get to kind of debate of what we should be doing about it. So, usually when stuff like this occurs, usually it's just the left is always going to be use the government to stop it and everything. Of course, they don't really view the censorship as a problem. They really don't. They just want to have the government. They want control for all forms of communication, and then dictate who or who not should not be having their voice on that platform. But among conservatives, usually the view is that the government should be staying out of it always. But what's interesting in the past, definitely in the past couple of years, there's a growing contention on the right now. It's a very small number of people, but it is growing. Is that we should be using the government to really regulate social media platforms or shut it down, break it up completely, which it is a very dangerous idea. But I'll get to that in just a little bit. But here's a kind of example of this. President Trump himself today came out against Twitter. Reason for that is that Twitter made this dumb move that they're going to put fact checkers in all of his tweets. Basically, whatever he tweets out, they're going to be kind of a underlying fact checked type thing or whatever. Funny enough, they actually took it off because I don't see it on here anymore. But here's actually the tweet he sent out earlier today. Republicans feel that social media platforms totally silence conservative voices. We will strongly regulate or close them down before we can ever allow this to happen. We saw what they attempted to do and failed in 2016, and we can't let we can't let a more sophisticated version of that happen again. Just like we can't let large scale mail-in ballots take root in our country. It would be free for all on cheating, forgery, and theft of ballots. Whoever cheated the most will win. Likewise, social media, clean up your act now. So here's my issue with this. I do not trust the government to solve this issue. I think it would be a huge mistake to involve the government in social media. That's really, when does the government really fix anything? I mean, just a reminder, like, they're the reason, the government really is the reason why we're at, like, we're at high levels of unemployment right now because of the whole lockdowns around the country. So, really, the government should not be trusted with this. And it's very concerning to see conservatives really trying to embrace this idea, because the problem is some conservatives think, like very few of them, but some of them conservatives think that we will never lose in our election, but that's just not the case. We will eventually lose the White House and the Senate and the House. We already lost the House, but we will definitely lose the Senate and the presidency at some point. And if we give the power to the government to regulate what happens on social media, just imagine like what will happen, especially when Democrats get control of it. That will be a disaster and a half. Like, they will definitely crack down on the conservative voices on social media and like all forms of social media, and really maybe even use the power of government to prosecute anyone who has an opinion they don't like. So that can get to really, really dangerous territory. So there are plenty of other solutions to solve this problem. Like I say, really, the biggest thing that we could do is really use the free market. Like, if we hate Twitter so much, really start your own. I mean, there has been plenty of other sites, like kind of other Twitters that have started up. Granted that they're not really all that popular. I mean, I checked them out. They're really not good at all, because it just is actually really an ideological bubble more than anything. But eventually, hopefully there'll be one that comes out where it has like all voices, but won't just act just like a platform, not like what Twitter's doing right now. Alrighty, so yeah, let's just what's it gonna go? Oh yeah, let's get into some like my favorite thing and like kind of why segment. So today I'm gonna be doing what my favorite superhero of all time is. Favorite superhero is definitely, it has to be Spider-Man. Spider-Man all day long, because main reason because is that I grew up. That's my first like really superhero movie to actually watch is with the Tobey Maguire Spider-Man movies, and then just the first exposure to that I had, and just I don't know, Spider-Man is really cool. Like, you're almost really just an everyday regular teen who and then has like gets these extraordinary powers. It's just a really cool storyline with it. Alrighty, so then that's all I have for this episode. So I'll be back here tomorrow with what other stuff. I'll see y'all then. My name is Sean Clinton, and this is the God of Freedom Show. If you enjoyed this episode of the God of Freedom Show, hit that like button and follow the page to get more content. You can also find me on your favorite podcast listening sites like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and SoundCloud. Thank you for listening or watching.